that statesman,
of the country.
flying out of the country to not decide our future from all of their efforts at governance, who have not given us what you can, but like I always say.
Now, and I have here, SGF receives white from the Ebele Okeke Committee, the mission created between 2012 and 2021, submitting the requirements for government to utilize resources more efficiently to reduce cost of governance. And this committee is, was put together to reposition the public service for effective service delivery. So other factors that they considered include the need to develop diverse sources of revenue for the government, as well as encourage some agencies of government to be self-funding. And the principle of building strong institutions to guarantee service delivery to the populace, and the imperative to grow the economy, create employment, and stay on the critical path to achieve development objectives. So they've submitted the report, and the SGF promises immediate implementation of the advice. More details.
The Oronsoye report has been there for a while, and it would be nice to see how that report can be implemented, because of course what it does is to also talk about fusion of agencies and parastatals who do almost similar job. I think part of the report is even suggesting why do you have to have the EFCC and the ICPC? You cannot just have them into a single agency, and that may also buttress the argument of people who say we don't need an electoral offenses commission. These are just so that we can actually reduce the cost of governance. Reduce the cost of public service, cost and all of those kind of things. So it's a nice report, a well-rounded report that it will be nice to see how the report can be implemented.
Implementation is
key now, yeah.
More details on page 6 of The Guardian. We also have NNPP kicks as police seal Borno office ahead inauguration by Kwakwanso. So in recent times, Kwakwanso has been going around inaugurating, states
chapters of the party.
NNPP, and well, as it is now, apparently there's an issue in Borno State, and police is stealing the office. I don't know, but we have riders to that story. Action biased, instigated by ruling APC opposition party insists. Building violates urban development plan, says Commissioner of Police.
Okay.
Sort out your problem with planning authority, says APC chairman. So, do you think the intent and purpose? Yes, the intent and purpose.
Is it a new building? Was the building just erected yesterday for it to suddenly, violate building plans, planning authorities, regulations, and all of that?
Well, as it is now, I'm getting here that they received a complaint from Borno State Urban Planning and Development Board that the party's office is sited in a residential area.
Okay.
And he said conversion of residential buildings to offices disturb public peace and breach the state's building plans, adding that the action was taken to prevent conflict.
I think they can always get another office. Yes, it's the party thing. If that's the issue, yes, one would expect that in residential areas, if you have a party secretariat, too much noise, gatherings and all of those kind of rally-like thing would disturb the peace of residents of an area. So if it's on that premise, but the other thing is that there should be proper communication. Communicate with NNPP, tell them the reason why.
I think I should point out, though, that the Borno State NNPP gubernatorial candidate, Dr. Umar Al-Khali, is saying that the APC secretariat is equally located at the residential government reservation area, what we call GRA.
Okay.
Yes. So this is not this is not from me. He's saying this is not ordinary.
Okay.
It's the handwork of the ruling APC under the leadership of Baba Gana Zulum. So they are saying that if APC can have their own
in a GRA,
then there shouldn't be any issue. So do you think there may be political undertones?
Well, it's looking like that, but I think the NNPP they can approach the courts to say why seal our building to get an injunction to unseal the building and continue with their party activities. That's the most I can say for now. But politicians will always come up with different excuses to throw things at the opposition. Yeah, but I see political coloration in all of that. Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm moving on now. We also have avoid northern Cyprus, where about 20 Nigerians have been killed. So the federal government wants, and this is coming
Travel warning,
from,
yeah.
yeah, this is coming from the Abikeda
Yeah.
office. That's I'm trying to
Diaspora Commission, yeah.
NIDCOM, yes,
Yeah.
NIDCOM. Yes, thank you. Nigeria Diaspora,
Diaspora
Commission,
Commission, yeah.
thank you. So they have been, concerned that the northern part of the northern Cyprus,
yeah.
is not recognized by the international community. Only Turkey recognizes the northern part,
that
Cyprus,
country, that region, yeah.
that region, and so therefore they can't intervene when issues happen. So they have had cases where, especially students are being killed needlessly, Nigerians, especially in northern Cyprus.
Yeah.
So that's why, this advice is coming up.
Yeah, I hope people would also take advice like this seriously, and then also look, do a holistic check before going into some countries.
Jackpine, as they say.
Yes, as you of course, you have this trend, the bug of Japan, all of that. But when you take decisions to go to some countries, please do your research.
That's what she said too. Yeah. That if you want to leave, by all means, do so. But I mean,
be very careful. Do your research. Understand the mentality of the country. Understand the political peculiarities of that country. Also understand whether there are disputes, quite silent disputes that those countries are nursing that may endanger your life if you decide to go there. It's not just to go because it's cheap, or somebody said there's a visa to one country, just anywhere. Yes, I understand the urge of Nigerians to just find a safe haven somewhere, but hey, you don't want to go to a country where you're going to be killed or you become a slave.
I'm suspecting that DMA has relocated to Benin.
No, he's not going to go to Benin.
That's why we are not seeing.
He's going to show up. He's
Benin Republic of all places.
He's going to show up.
I'm just curious.
So I think people should take travel advice like this seriously, and I appreciate the fact that Nigeria is stepping up to also give these kinds of advice to our citizens, because that's what you get from other countries.
All right, moving on now. We also have Benin monarch cautions against diversion of Benin artifacts.
Those things are quite probably some personal museums or some private museums somewhere. There's going to be a diversion. There's no way you would not know.
Well, as it is now, he gave the warning when members of the community in Abuja paid him a visit in the palace. And he's saying that a group of people or anyone who wants to should not divert Benin artifacts
before they invoke the gods on them. Yeah,
and Benin gods are not
playing.
They are not smiling. They are not smiling. More details on page 26 of The Guardian. And finally, from The Guardian, we have Buhari must apologize for poor governance, says Middle Belt Group. I'm interested in the name of the
yes, I told you a lot of groups will come up.
I'm interested in the name
at this time,
of the group.
Still counting.
Okay, so what we have here is Middle Belt United Assembly.
Okay, Middle Belt MBUA. Okay, MBUA. Mbwa. Okay, that's good.
Middle Belt
sounds well.
Is it very nice? Very very well. It's very flowery. Middle Belt United Assembly has called on President Muhammadu Buhari to apologize tonight general elections. Do we deserve an apology, though?
Well, on a whole lot of things, yes, I think so.
Do you think we'll get it?
But what would the apology do to us? That's the question.
Make us feel good.
Really?
Closure.
Is that what we need?
Because you keep, I know that you and David keep saying that up to date, a certain man on the hilltop has not apologized for what happened in 1993.
That one needs to apologize. He needs to, although the apology would not correct anything because damage has been done, but he needs to apologize.
It's okay.
Yes, we are talking of former head of state, Ibrahim Babangida, for annulling the June 12 elections. Yes. He needs to. He needs to. Yeah.
All right. You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM, and it's trends in the papers. We just threw with The Guardian. We're moving on to The Nation newspaper. Don't forget that you can watch the program live on Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. All right, so let's keep moving now. I have major headline here: potential aspirants to meet in Abuja this next week. So 22 former presidential aspirants of APC are to unite for the party's presidential standard bearer, and they have scheduled a meeting for next week, Wednesday, to strategize on how Tinubu will win the poll next year. Their decision to rally behind the party's candidates coming 6 months. Was there ever any animosity? I thought he visited all of them. Everybody is good in the APC. Nobody has any issue as regards, the emergence of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the presidential candidate?
Well, yeah, of course, he did all of that, but when it comes to, the campaigns are going to start. So one would, I think the Asiwaju camp is expecting that he needs all of these people to also be part of the campaign, to make the campaign thick. So maybe that's the reason why you need to have all of them back again, outline what your plans for campaigns and all of that. I'm not the spokesperson for Asiwaju, but I think politicians will always find a way to meet. You always, the meetings don't end with politicians; they always continue to meet. Although one would have said somewhere else, so
that would be
part two.
Okay.
But so the meeting is still all about politics,
Still on the front page of The Nation, I perceive this to be also a major headline. 2023, Atiku Obi hold talks with Wike in London. Obasanjo seeks support for LP candidate. That's an interesting headline because we don't know we don't have details of the meeting of Obasanjo, Peter Obi, and Wike. So I'm curious as to why we're seeing here. Do you think, because there have been speculations out there that when Peter Obi visited Obasanjo and everybody was like, oh, Baba is supporting this man, he didn't say anything. But when Shiwaju went and he said, oh, Baba said, when did I say that? You understand? So there are speculations out there in the public that our elder statesman,
I'm just going to ask a simple question, and I know
behind
that
Obi.
People may maybe want to question my position this morning. What is the electoral value of Olusegun Obasanjo, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo?
He's an elder statesman.
That's on the national level. What is his electoral value?
That's a valid question. Are you asking me? Or it's just the way.
These politicians are good and politicians. They feel Nigeria is still owned by a few former leaders. They feel that there's still that little clique. Not recycling.
A caucus of some sort.
A little clique of former leaders, former generals who decide and determine the fate of the nation. And so what they tell us quietly with some of these meetings, with some of these requests for support from all of these leaders, to tell you that, hey, it is not about you. These are the guys that determine who becomes the leader of the country. It's a silent way of telling you that you guys don't really matter. Yes, a former president who has always lost the election in front of his house. He's been pulling boots in front of his house. He has always lost it. So you ask yourself, if getting to governance is about the people, it's about the votes of the people, why over concentrate, for example, on some of these leaders? But again, the politicians have reasons for doing all of these things. There may be things they see that we don't see. There may be other determinants that get people to power that we don't know about. But one would expect that in a democracy, the power should be with the people.
Well, as it is now,
years of experience in what is
the first one
when it comes
Wike in the UK, but as it's President Olusegun Obasanjo who urged him to support the Labour Party candidate, were not disposed to the agenda.
So can we just say, oh well, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo supporting Peter Obi, so we just take that as
some months ago?
No, what I'm saying is that we can have a takeaway from these meetings and say, okay, we now know the position of Chief Olusegun Obasanjo is for the Labour Party candidate.
Well,
can we conclude on that?
We can't. I mean, the other paper did not said that nobody knows what.
No, for you to take somebody to someone to support the person, you don't understand. For you to hold somebody in hand to say we can support this person, it means you believe in the candidature of that person. So we can conclude on that. That well, for 2023, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo is for the Labour Party candidate Peter Obi. That's fair enough. No, we're based on the reports we're having. That's what I'm saying.
I'm drawing myself out because I'm getting discrepancy.
You just read it out.
Separate reports.
Okay,
yes,
different reports. Yeah?
I'm getting different reports. The Guardian is saying, "Oh, nobody knows what's happening in the meeting." But
and the Nation
is saying Obasanjo was one that took Peter Obi to go and meet Wike. So that's what we have for now.
So what did he take him to do precisely?
Well, when Obasanjo uses his own mouth to say, they will move.
Okay, so we should wait till that time.
We'll move.
Okay.
All right, more details on page 28 of the Nation newspaper. But body language and all of that.
Body language, because Baba would again. There was somebody that you have to from station, and he was talking about the fact government. So he was trying to ask everybody
meetings, and they're saying they should also raise their education budget from 7% to 20%.
You see, Sandra, I will think that we should look at the TED fund arrangement again. I know one of our callers, I can't pick the name now, has always talked about special funds, creating a special bank, education fund or something for our tertiary institutions. And for me, I would say, yes, it's a valid call. We have to have something, a different pool, where we can have special funds, special intervention for our tertiary education. It could be in the form of a special tax arrangement from a particular sector. It could even be a special percentage from our crude proceeds, oil proceeds or something that we can specially use
pump into
the education, so that if there's any issue, you need to look at something like a
sells 3-week-old baby for 600. Maybe she does not know what they use the baby for.
Because we have situations where maybe somebody needs a child.
But I think it's really that bad. Just very quickly, I think it's really that bad.
I think, well, we don't want to justify that kind of action. There's no reason to do that. You can't justify it in any way, but we may need to know why she decided to do that, but there can't be any justifiable reasons anyways.
Well, as it is now, the father of the baby was the one that reported the sale, and both the one who the baby, the mother of the baby, and the one who facilitated the sale have been arrested.
Have they seen the baby?
They say that was the fact, when she got pregnant. However, after she reportedly confessed to selling her baby to someone in Anambra State with the alleged connivance of her friend Chioma Ogbonna. And as it is now, nobody knows exactly what the sale was for. Hopefully not for ritual.
But they've seen the baby, right?
Well, the investigation is still ongoing. I don't have in the report there. But more details on page 4 of the Nation newspaper. We also have Lagos diverts traffic. That's on page 4. Fagba, they are working on the road in Fagba. Yes, so from 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. from today till Sunday, there have been diversions in that area. More details on page 4. We also have police to deploy bomb sweepers. That's on page 4 also of the Nation. Akeredolu upgrades monarchs. That's on page 6 also of the Nation. And now above the Nation newspaper, federal government arrested in Abuja terrorist cell raid.
Military killings, reports on killings
has abated a bit. Yes,
to a great extent.
Well, thank you to our military, personnel. We say thank you. More details on page 4. Moving on now, Oyo begins distribution of 1 billion naira loans to entrepreneurs. So if you are from Oyo State and you're a business person, I don't know the procedure or the process, but more details on page 6 of the Nation newspaper. And finally, from the Nation, banks, telcos compete for financial services, says CBN. And that's coming, with the fact that, some telecommunication companies are beginning to do, some money wallets, some stuff.
Payment stuff.
With your account, direct from your SIM, your number. You can do some basic transfers
and payments
without having to go into the bank. Yes. That's what that is about. All right, so let's move on to the Punch newspaper. Don't forget that you're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM, and we're live on YouTube and Facebook at Mainland 98.3 FM. All right, the Punch newspaper, the major headline, UK peace meetings. Article 6 weekend support. Obasanjo pushes Obi's agenda. Okay, so this is the second paper.
Would you go with my...
I'm inclined to.
Okay.
All right, we have riders to this, and what we have here is Rivers governor tables demands, wants Atiku's commitment in writing ahead of agreement.
I told you the one-time thing.
We must have it in paper. Lawyers will be on ground. It will be notarized.
And it will never happen. Take that to the bank. Never, it will happen. Atiku will not do that.
Why will you tell me?
I'm just telling you.
Take to the bank. I need money. Stop telling me to take things to the bank. Wike's men favor alliance with Tinubu. Says Obi lacks strong structure. So if you want to choose,
Wike's men, not Wike now.
No.
Okay, I'm saying that
we're not disposed to the agenda of Tinubu. Says Obi structure. The grassroots thing. That's why Kwakwanso has been going.
No states can begin peace. that's a party that now accommodates disgruntled and an alternative platform. Let's use that. Yeah. For I'm not happy with the APC, PDP.
People,
like we predicted, Kwankwanso will definitely not get the presidency. I'm sorry to be that emphatic. Win senatorial seats in the north. It's going to win House of Rep seats in the north, and a lot of state assembly elections will go the NNPP way in the north. Take that to the bank too.
All right. I bet
you have 2 things to take to the bank. Yeah.
I am not taking
Atiku will not commit in writing to anything.
Anything I'm taking to the bank that cannot get me hundreds of millions. We also have writers that APC presidential aspirants may meet over Tinubu Shettima ticket. We're still on that.
What? APC presidential aspirant? Yeah, that's we got that.
But over Tinubu Shettima ticket, I don't know.
Nothing is going to happen to that ticket.
All right. More details on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Fayose can't remain Ekiti PDP commander.
That's what he's been doing. Sadly so.
Says state publicity secretary.
The party is in his pocket. He decides what happened in the PDP.
So can anything be done?
Well, it's when the people decide that the party belongs to the people, not just one man. But again, you must remember who is financing the activities of the party in the state. It's a big issue too. Do you have anybody that has a capacity, financial wherewithal to finance the activities of the PDP in Ekiti State?
More details on page 7.
I remember Shegun has moved away to join the SDP. So you need to ask yourself, if you analyze members of the Ekiti PDP,
who has that clout? More details on page 7 of the Punch newspaper. You know, if you're going to be aggrieved with something, at least have something that say we don't want you again, but we want this person.
But who is the person now? If Fayose knows he's the only one that probably for now can,
Ogun hookup girl.
Eh? What's hookup? Is that a word in the papers now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. There was one. Okay, Korokwe. I was still. So another word. Okay, hookup. Okay.
Sorry.
The papers are coming up with a lot of creative new words,
It's colloquial, it's.
You just adopt it
and
then. Okay,
yeah.
so.
Ogun hookup girl sells baby for 600,000.
Yeah, I was going to say that other story must have been that she's probably not a girl who was ready to marry. She probably, the man said it was just an affair.
Yeah, it was just a affair.
So
that's why she sold the baby off.
Let me go back to you know what they usually found out now. You didn't understand that
child trafficking.
Yeah, and child sale.
Because motorists, passengers lament. He said all of them in the bus. Now that yes.
Okay. Thanks for being to this.
All right, let's keep moving. More details of that on page 5 of the parents wanted to be paying per session to assist the federal government. The ASU said no. Tell the government to do their job.
The government can. You see. So, the thing is this: people will tell you a lot of things, and I remember I was discussing with was it Opemi? No, with Jay Dan.
Okay.
And I said, if you look at Baba Olowo's model, when he first brought the idea of free education, a lot of people questioned it and said, "Oh, where is he going to get the money from?" They even thought it was a joke, that free education at all levels. And then he was even the first person that muted the idea of, because before that time, what you had was that some people go in the morning, there are some students that go in the afternoon stroke evening. So he first also brought the idea of, collapse everything, everybody go to school in the morning, and then free education for all, up to tertiary education. And people asked him, where would you get the money from? And he said, look, do you know what? The money will come. You tax the rich to fund the poor. You have to tax the rich.
And that's how Biden is able to cancel student loans in America.
I must say this, and that was where Aolo came up with the idea of socialist, capitalist, social capitalism, sorry. The word socialist capitalism or social capitalism, where you have to put into consideration the interest of the downtrodden in your capitalist agenda. Capitalism at the extreme end would always widen the gap between the rich and the poor. You must find a socialist orientation in whatever you are doing in your capitalist orientation by taking care of the downtrodden. When they brought up this idea of 10,000 naira, what did I tell you? I said it was an elitist thinking. There are still parents who can't even pay the normal school fees. Nigeria has to understand that We are not the Western world. People will tell you today, oh, what does it cost to go to university abroad? Is it not times 10 of what we are paying in Nigeria? Sorry. More than 70% of Nigerians are still living below poverty level. And we have to take care of them. They are part of the country. The resources of the nation must be done in a way where we create an egalitarian society. We have to have some level of equity and fairness to all.
Okay. More details on page 28 of the Punch newspaper. Let's keep moving now. Above the masthead of the Punch. Gunmen attacked 527 local governments. Thousands killed, kidnapped, says report. I'm sure this is a compilation report. I'm not going to say that this happened in one in one sweep.
Just a compilation.
More details on page 10 of the Punch newspaper. Locally made COVID-19 vaccine for trial in November.
Is it Nigeria? Nigeria? I'm vaccinated fully.
With booster shots.
So I'm not going to be part of the trial. I know they do. But I'm not trying to rubbish our local effort. I'm just
the COVID-19 vaccine
I'm fully vaccinated,
developed by the federal government,
yes,
is set for trial by November.
Beautiful one.
And the Punch is reporting that the project, which is a mega research grant intervention tagged just from 5 different institutions to consolidate problem-solving research and promote innovation in the country, 50 million naira. COVID.
Yeah. You
are vaccinated.
Yes, fully.
So
look at local solutions and all of that. So if it works, we'll sell it.
Madagascar. 3.7 billion naira stolen. We give testimony. It's too early.
It's too early.
Take a trip.
Yeah.
All right, and finally from the Punch. That's deep.
Over 2 trillion, basic.
But with the argument that many people have prepaid meters.
But that shouldn't be our problem. They should be the ones to solve the problem and pay. You know, I always say this: just check what is happening in the telecoms and the power sector. The telecoms are declaring, whereas it's always stories of lamentation that you hear from the power sector.
All right, moving on, and finally on Vanguard newspaper, we have the major headline, and we have writers to that, as Atiku finally meets Wike in London. Atiku to aides and associates stop deriding Wike and others. Tinubu's meeting with Rivers governor is a reconciliation still in progress. We are yet to receive reconciliation committee report, says BOT chairman. That's interesting. Why Atiku BOT members should pacify Wike? Nazif PDP chief.
You know what I've been trying to analyze, Sandra, on Wike? What I've tried to look at is the elections from 1999 till date, the ones we've had from 1999, 2007, and look at the votes that have come from Rivers State. Analyze it with the entire tally of votes from all the states and see whether there's something so important about Rivers State to sway votes in favor of who eventually emerge as president in all of those elections. Because I'm still asking myself, what is so important about Wike other than the fact that he's the governor of Rivers State?
It's okay.
Let us even assume that he can deliver all the votes in Rivers State in bulk like that. Like everybody in Rivers State immediately says, vote for one person, they will follow his orders. Is it enough?
Somebody said it's possible yesterday.
It's possible that what?
That Wike can decide because of the good that he's doing.
So he will tell everybody what good. So he will tell everybody. So there's no APC in Rivers State that will decide to vote for their party of their.
PDP crisis. Anyways. Major albatross on Atiku's chances. Adeyeye, swagger boss.
Yes, there's a southwest agenda for Asiwaju.
Yes.
So that we know what swagger is.
Swagger. They are still they've stayed.
Yes, it's a group that started not even before the primaries. So I say pushing on.
That's a good one. More details on page 5 of Vanguard newspaper. Federal government defends foreign borrowings with infrastructure projects. We have infrastructure projects that's,
just to say, okay, if you're asking us where are the loans going to,
you can get details on page 6 for that. Federal government warns Nigeria against traveling to northern Cyprus. That's on page 3. Military kills Sambisa Forest ISWAP commander Uzaifa. 37 others.
Yes, that's a good one
for our military, and that's on page 3 of Vanguard. How to revive Nigeria's steel industry. Naseni EVC. That's on page 6. And now above the masthead of Vanguard newspaper, we have police take over NNPP secretariat in Borno arrest party leader.
Ah, yeah. They should just go to court. They can always get court injunction to at
Why are
least
they arresting him, man?
he's a complete bully him out of the state. So, but about Zulum, I think Zulum, a lot of people would have thought that Zulum has done well enough to be so comfortable to allow for opposition to come into Borno State. Why is he threatening? You see, the NMPP thing, I don't know. It's going to cause a lot of things in the north. Because the reports we're getting, the defection from other parties to NMPP, the sealing up of the secretariat, and at that time for the voice carrier,
yeah,
carry him. But they will release him because
he has been released actually.
Yeah, I know.
More details on page 3 of Vanguard newspaper. Well, Nigeria's low public investment in education sector will imperil 2020-30 global goal, UN warns. And that's where we got the initial percent.
Yeah.
All right, more details of that on page 6 of Vanguard. And then we also have 2023 campaign on issues. Sean.
Listen, yeah, that's a good one coming from the former president and vice president.
That's interesting.
I hope we all listen and just commit to issue-based discussions.
As Fuhad has been drumming in. Vanguard's MSME Summit. Federal government harps on partnership and focus in a few minutes, but stay with us. We'll take a short commercial break, and when we come back, we'll introduce you to what's me in the studio. My name still remains Omobola Sandra. We'll be right back. right, welcome back. We told you we'll be back by 8:40 for Mainland Focus. This is the part where you get to be a part of the show. We'll pick a particular topic of interest and we all, dissect it and pull it out and flesh it out and look deep or deeper into it as we should. All right, and before I introduce the focus for this morning, I still have Fuhad Zahid with me in the studio, and my name still remains Omobola Sandra, and you're on to Mainland Focus on Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Don't forget that you can watch the program live on Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. So it just makes things a whole lot easier if you're, on in transit, you've traveled, you're out of the country, wherever it is, you can always stay glued to your favorite programs on this dial. All right, so the focus for this morning, of course, is the major trending story across all of the papers this morning. 2023, Obasanjo, Obi, Atiku all travel to the UK. Sorry, Tinubu inclusive, all travel to the UK to meet with the amazing, the wonderful, the powerful, the strongest meeting between Obi and Wike.
Gender, yeah.
Yes, so in the UK currently,
the London political
make of these visits
meetings,
and these meetings. What is it about Wike? We're not omnipotent, we are not omniscience, we are not omnipresent. It's only God that is. So then maybe something that you can tell us, everybody by the jugular. I'm interested. Okay, so what do you make of all these meetings? Of these meetings, what are your thoughts as regards this? And don't forget also the fact that Wike is still insisting on the fact that if whatever agreement is going to have with Atiku
into some written form,
in writing, notarized, stamp and everything. And another thing that I would also like to bring in, I'm not trying to be mischievous here, but we have on the front page of Nation, Wike was said to be non-committal to the Obi agenda because his loyalists and strategists were not disposed to that agenda.
Punch said it. I think it was structured.
Then now Punch. Okay, I'm putting that against what Punch is saying. Punch is now saying Wike's men favor alliance with Tinubu, saying Obi lacks strong structure. Okay, so all of this thing from if you ask me is more personal gain.
It's so complex, yeah.
It's more personal gain. I'm even saying that
one would
think that the meetings is about how are we going to make Nigeria great again? How are we going to make the changes? Nigeria is in shambles. What are we going to do? But everybody just meeting on I'm supposed to be the one. And all those conversations. That's what the conversation is. But let's leave it.
Leave it for the person to sort out. I've said what I need to say.
He doesn't want to say anything further. All right, so 09136000410 09136000410. That's the number for you to call. Or you can send a text message or a WhatsApp message and share your contributions. What are your thoughts as regards London Political Summit?
Yeah.
London Political Summit that had in attendance, and all of these people, they are going to carry these people went to see Wike. Tinubu allegedly in UK right now. That's why people are speculating.
Okay.
But help us and turn off your radio. Would appreciate.
I like the way my name is Patrick. I'm calling from Ikeja.
Okay, thank you, Patrick.
Radio programs always say it's not a shame that our issues come to Nigeria and come and discuss how they want to align.
It will never happen.
Or how they. It will never happen. They carry this to outside our domain. If David Cameron will say another time that we are fantastically
corrupt,
non-thinking people, will it be wrong? I mean, people, what's their problem? Can leadership be so easy for us to do while we sit back at home? Yeah, where are we stopping power supply? It's at home. Where are we stopping insecurity? It's at home. Our children are at home. It's at home. Our economy is almost dead. It's at home. We can't even diversify from crude oil. It's at home, and they will go in private jet and go and discuss our cases outside. It's a shame. Now, Mr. Wike is the most powerful Nigerian today. Ex-president wants to talk to him. Ex-governors want to talk to him. A strategist said they want to align with APC. at the end of the day, what is the impact of all this
on the people,
common man?
on the people? Yeah, that's my question. Yeah.
What is the last impact that this entire arrangement and misarrangement will be on the common man?
I like that. Yeah, arrangement and misarrangement.
It's unfortunate.
Yes, now.
And to tell you one more thing I want to say, but I would like to drop the corner is that please, ma, and please, sir, help us to do it in such a way that maybe each caller can just use a minute or two so that many callers can call. Yes. I enjoy listening to your program.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good morning. Can you speak up a bit?
The only thing I think about Vicky is this. You know, they have
they did not give it.
They contested as a good one.
If people can do it for me, I'm disappointed.
That one is strong.
Because me, I don't know why people going to. I won't tell you lie. They are disappoint us. And me.
Peace meeting.
For me, I don't say.
Hello, good morning.
Ida. Shut down.
How do you know?
So how do you know their plan?
Let me tell you. Let me shock you.
Please do.
Obi will not allow them to vote Atiku because he's Hausa man, he's an Hausa man, and he's expecting them to use Eastern people. Now, the fact is that they are not going to allow people to vote them. It's either it come to the west here or east. That is what is on the ground now. And number two, it is not sure for Tinubu because we came in the middle now, trying to grab the power to the labor, they can negotiate. And the representation of Baba there, sure for Wike that I'm going to allow this man to come in. That is the fact, and they will not tell anybody. Go and write it down today, because the ball is in the. The man of Wike is already holding the sword now. So if Wike want to use the sword for APC has already failed Nigeria, and Wike will never use that sword for APC again than to use the sword for Wike, his brother. Shikeno.
Okay.
It's okay. Thank you very much for your contribution. Hello, good morning.
How are you, Sandra? Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Peter Omonse.
Yes, ma. Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir. Morning, sir.
Yeah, first of all, like I said, the mentality of being still tied to the apron string of our colonial masters that we cannot discuss here in Nigeria is more in London, hospital, London, school of their children, London, anything, London. So we don't have anything, any.
Why is the line breaking?
Hello, Mr. Peter.
Oh,
all right.
You can always call back. Yeah,
please, you can call back. Actually, hello. Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. What? Good morning.
Ambassador Musba, why are you up this morning?
I don't know why are you surprising that?
Are we still a colony?
They are going to call this
We are true Nigerians.
For me, which one would have took him to court? He almost can make Wike. He's not a Wike with all his niggas. You use that. You know when they win Wike, they want to people be weak. And all is block. You win a picture of butterfly man now. You have the flying Spider-Man. One place to the right now. That's how it goes. But I know it's never active in our community. Some people come on here talk, but in their community they are not relevant.
Okay.
Please go and relevant to your community.
Okay.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning, Ambassador Muspa.
You have mastered my voice that even if I'm in the dark, you know. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
What of what and the
Fine.
When you look at the whole situation in the country, it's like a hopeless situation. You know, we have become a just mockery, complete mockery. You know, our problem is not the politicians. Our problem is the NLC, the Ayuba Wamba NLC. They have compromised.
Ow.
During the time of Oshomole, all this rubbish should not go on. You know, how can people jet out to a world conference in London? It will be in the news over there.
It's not a conference, Barrister.
Whatever they are doing, consultation, everything, It's our money they are going to spend in hotels. The only beneficiary is the British. They are the people who are benefiting. Nigerians are not benefiting because when they go to a resort in Calabar and hold the meeting, they have to go to London. The same people that colonized us and put us into slavery. These are the people we are still under colonial influence. In fact, if you ask me, we are supposed to break a diplomatic relationship with London. Because everything in fact, the British people are determined to make sure that Nigeria doesn't work. They are taking all our doctors, all our skills, they are all in London. How does it benefit Nigeria? So my take this morning is that the NLC and the civil society organization should mobilize, and go to the airport and stop those people who went to London from coming back. Let them stay there.
All right.
We don't have a foreign exchange. We don't want them again. Let them stay there.
For your contribution.
Yes, it will.
All right. Thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
They have analyzed a legislator. My mother, when she died at the age of 78. So Obasanjo, ex-president, you cannot underrate him. No matter what, small a politician, even if it's one person. Is there our ancestors we are going to follow, or these old politicians put us into our grave?
It's okay.
That's my point.
Very much, Obi. I think I got where he... Okay, thank you for the distinction. You're still on to Mainland 98.3 FM. I think we should take some messages at this point has done the worst. But don't forget hold on to that hookup. That's Olawale from Iju. Not even in any African country. What is wrong with our politicians? If anything must be washed out, they need to think of their people before it's too late. And that's Sam from Ota. I also have good in for himself. Politicians will always do what is in their favor. And that is Lekon from Surulere. Lekon is also asking, where is our president? Is he not aware of the happenings at all? Doesn't he know what's happening? And that's, thank you very much, Lekon from Surulere. I'm very, very certain that he's aware. Good morning, wonderful crew. This is Ojo from Ajawa Estate. Fuad, my brother, you always ask what is it about Wiki that everyone is running after him. The simple answer is money. Rivers State is a big fish for any party financially. It's not about Wiki, but about Rivers State governor. That is why Amechi was relevant in APC. Presidential race consumes a lot of money, and these parties need every kobo. Okay. Rivers State is rich. Okay, that's that's another angle to look at it. But
you think he's going to commit the resources of the state to an election that is not a major stakeholder? He's not running.
That's why he's trying to ensure that he has
something to hold on to.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Good morning, Fuad and Sandra. It is nice that with the way Mr. Fuad has analyzed the capitalist mixed with socialist system. But I hope Mr. Fuad won't be the first to scream if the government decides to tax you heavily on your car.
I'm not rich.
Answer, because I don't know how we're going to define the rich and the downtrodden in this case. Femi from Ogba is asking Mr. Fuad. Mr. Fuad.
I'm not rich. I'm not. I am not.
It's okay. It's you that determines, not me.
Okay.
The unseen hands that holds the universe and controls the affairs of the universe will in 2023 control the hands of many Nigerians and direct their hearts to vote wisely. It doesn't matter who OBJ holds his hand or supports. OBJ should know that he cannot decide for the generality of Nigerians. His own time over the affairs of Nigeria is no longer in his hands. He is part of Nigeria's political problems. OBJ's summit in London will OBJ summit, yes.
Okay.
Will hold no water. Good morning to you all. Pastor Sunday from Magburu, sharing his own thoughts there. Okay. All right. Good morning, Sandra and other crew members. I don't see Wike supporting Atiku. Wike's body language is showing support for his southern president. Temple from Arepo. Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay.
How are you?
Good morning.
How are you?
Good morning, Pastor Ambrose. I'm fine.
Yes, my name is Ambrose. Well, good morning.
Morning, sir.
We thank God for another day.
Yes, sir.
Joe is going to one candidate. We just downplay others that betrayed the zoning system. Make sure that the presidency comes to the fact PDP has been ruling. People from person is not from PDP, is no longer not a Northerner. Why the party anytime? I'm not happy with that zoning of the PDP. It doesn't bother me. Wike will not, he won't leave PDP to in the PDP.
Right.
He is not leaving PDP. Go and write it down.
All right.
All right.
Good morning.
Thank you very much, Pastor Ambrose. We appreciate your contribution. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
Yeah, my name is Sheyi. I'm calling from Ijibo.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to contribute to you people are doing a wonderful job.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I want to talk about Wike. Some people have been saying that Wike is not important. Wike has about 4 or 5 governors within. Apart from that, he's a seasoned politician. We remember he stood by Amechi. So this guy has been on the game. And that is the reason why everybody is running to him. And he wants to cover his ass. When he leaves office, he knows that okay, he wants to align himself with the best candidate among them. And I give it to Asiwaju. You can be strong supporter of Asiwaju, whether we like it or not. Asiwaju is coming on board. People saying he is going to Nijike, he is going to. That is a politician. A politician that sees something that so knows that okay, yes, everything that is available that is going to work for him is going to align with that person. So, Wike is important. So, everybody that wants to leave Wike is doing that at the wrong period. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning to you, Sandra.
Good morning, Prince Wise.
Good afternoon. Good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir, to you. I'm blessed your money.
Amen.
So this morning, Nigeria figure, matter to London. If I agree with the politician I want to become president tomorrow, but I can never agree with my former president going to London. All these are your boys. You can say stay in your palace. That palace in Abeokuta. I just make a phone call. I want to see you in the next 20 minutes. Stay with the day. And you follow them to London. So that's you do. You bring yourself down. So no. Without beg meetings. What is going on in this country, sir? You know, okay, in the port of Abeokuta, you can lock yourself up, you can shoot this thing, anything that can see whether you are talking to somebody. You come to them. And you follow them to London, missing money, you will be there free of charge. What are you talking about? All these ones that are going here, I all of them. We are what you look at it, I don't let you. If you want to meet with you, like personal house, go and meet me at your house. If we make a run for you, let's take now. What are you doing? What the man left Nigeria? So for me, apart from the other politicians, other people, about he made this very costly mistake by doing there. You go and do what? The best thing this country is.
Amen.
All right, thank you very much, Prince Wise. Okay, you're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. And as it is now, it's Mainland Focus, and we're focusing on the political summit.
London political
summit, okay. They called it UK peace meetings, where, we have, a lot of political gladiators going over to meet Wike, Wike, former governor of governor of Rivers State. Rivers State governor, to meet with him. We have Obasanjo, holding the hand of Obi to go and see Wike. We also have Atiku meeting with Wike, and they are also, speculate or the reports, yes, that Tinubu, Ashwaju Ahmed Tinubu, also met with Wike in UK. What are your thoughts as regards that meeting? And we've had quite an interesting run so far. We have Good Morning Mainland FM. All the politicians meeting with Wike does not mean that Wike is the most powerful. Rather, they are trying to get the little which you can put to them. And for them, meeting in UK means we are still under colonialism. And Chinedu from Maurice Mbari with his own contribution. A fundamental greeting to you, Sandra and Fuhad. Governor Wike is not any beautiful bride, but a handsome groom. Mr. Fuhad, I've been spending time to analyze the pictures flying around. Wike and Okezie are wearing the same clothes in the two different pictures with Atiku and Obasanjo. Or did the meetings hold simultaneously?
Yeah, it's possible.
I saw someone that looks like Fayose in both pictures wearing the same clothes too. One Oyibo man is standing at the back of Wike. He must be liking our politicians. Mr. Ford, how do we reconcile those two meetings in London? The whole event is confusing. Is Governor Wike for Atiku, Tinubu, or Obi? James Ogbona from Oshodi sharing his own contribution. We also have here Peter from Egbeda. See, I think there's something these are presidential candidates are not telling us. How come everyone wants Wike to endorse him? This is just the state governor. The story is not clear. They should tell us the truth. What is happening? Peter from Egbeda, I don't know. I'm as confused as you are. Hold on. Good morning. Wait, hold on. Okay, yes, I've taken that before. All right, all of them, governors, senators, stay abroad and leave us in turmoil here in this country, and yet they want to control. Nigerians should just learn. We must vote them out. And that's Ochoya. I think I got that correctly. Ochoya from Uwe. Thank you for sharing your contribution. Hello, good morning.
Thank you very much. My name is Henry. I'm calling from Sulere.
Good morning, Henry from Sulere.
Thank you very much. You see, this issue on the ground looks very controversial. And I must put it to you. In fact, let me dispute one of the callers earlier before now, because I've heard somebody saying Tinubu must come on board whether we like it or not. You don't use such a language on radio. You don't tell somebody must come on board. It's not a must for anybody to come on board. Anybody can come if the will of the people prevails. That's what they call it, democracy. So you don't use the word must come on board. It's a correction, please.
Okay.
Terrorism. Nigeria should know this, man, to control in that form. So you people should stand up. Please, Nigeria people count.
I think it was where they are home. Happen nice and also oppress for me from the service. So Ram stands for equity and the peace accord that was spirit of that Aburi Accord that maybe we win or not. But you have shown the whole world that it stands
for sharing your contribution. This is quite an interesting one.
Yeah.
Let's take some messages and we move back to phone calls. Shameful but worrisome is the fact that if Tinubu really is digging deep, are you digging deep?
It just be a decision that like this.
You're digging deeper than since. Ola from Bariga, minimum 500 people under me are obedient. So that's his own political electoral value. He's telling us there. So thank you.
500 people delivered.
Yes, delivered for obedience. Good morning, Sandra. For those that have faith, the emergence of a particular man as president would not be a surprise, but people like Wike, it would be a shock because it's divine mandate. And that's Michael from Ikotun sharing his own contribution. I also have good morning, Sandra and Co. The issue at hand now is what we should do to avoid what is happening now in the system. Nigeria needs reform. Bernard Kalu, thank you for your contribution. Good morning, Sandra. Wike has turned to the beauty bride, which everyone, I think I've read this message before. Yes, I have. All right. Hello,
good morning. Good morning, Sandra.
Yes, good morning.
Mr. Abad, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Honestly, I love your statement. London Political Summit. Honestly, it is a very beautiful title. But this is our leader. I don't understand whether they are human at all. But it is very despicable, extremely appalling and disheartening that the issues of our dearest country have been decided in foreign land.
They should stay there and never come home.
Really?
They should take the offices from they should take their political office in UK. We don't want them right here. What is the problem? That everything. That's why all these foreign countries they downgrade Nigeria. Whenever you travel out of the country, you see the form of maltreatment. But I don't really understand. Maybe there's something ugly. These people cannot really move all of them. What is in there? There's something ugly. Maybe there is a kind of power grant or a kind of upper hand to control some things within political over the radio.
Okay, good.
I understand. Now the thing is, all of them, other planets, to come and join them in UK. They should stay there.
And Fuad, let us learn to respect each other. Wiki has his fundamental right in determining relevant in this nation. Uzoma from Isashi in Lake. Oh, my gallant people, how's your morale this morning? Motivational message. I am balanced well, and let us keep on moving gallant.
To hear from him after
cantonment. Yeah. And everybody can vote for whoever they want. Me, I'm from here. All right, let's keep moving. Let's
morning.
Yeah, good. This is our they are flying out. They are still
complaining about
as Obi is jetting out there. Atiku, their business. They just want to ruin and having issue with VK, and other political parties want to take advantage of that. Yes, they won't say. They won't mind. So that's what I see about that. They just want to take advantage of the rift in PDP. That's why everybody is coming around VK, and to even make that problem worsen. That's why they are concentrating on him. I wish all of them good luck. What will save us in this country?
Amen. Thank you very much.
Please, where is this my man now? Adeyemi?
It's fine. It's fine.
Fine.
We'll be with us.
It's on personal errands.
we want to see him. I want to hear him. I love the way he tackled this government very well.
It's okay. That's what you miss Adeyemi Sakafo. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hello?
Sandra, good morning.
Good morning, Alhaji Super.
It's not reaching you almost 30 minutes ago.
Oh, wow.
Good morning, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay.
Let me just go straight to my summary concerning Wike. Wike is giving them a return match. Pure return match. I continue to say it was being degraded in the primary. Even the people from the East, he may mention it when he's, speaking with journalists, that he was disappointed. Even from his own domain, the people from the East. So, that's why I said he's giving them a return match. Well, secondly, let me just appreciate Fawab. Based on your memory, I appreciate you a lot.
Thank you.
You know, you give a reference to Baba Awolowo in terms of education, and in fact, I moved when you said it. The germane point you mentioned is that they asked Baba, how are you going to sustain the education?
Free education, yeah.
Free education, exactly. And he told them, don't worry. And that is why the issue of capitalism, coming. That is the problem we have in this country. Leaders that have initiative. Exactly. That is the problem we have. That's why I will not even support you want his apology. But all I know is that whatever you saw, you are going to read. Have a nice day.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Hello, good morning.
Yeah. There's something that is very fundamental that everybody looks as if we are overlooking it, though Peter Omanze said it. I think in this country today, among the political leaders, both present and the past, I think Obasanjo still stands out as a man of unity, peace, and justice. Now, if we can crying that the Southeasterners did not vote for him to become candidate of PDP, when we can remember that South has produced the president of this country via the help of the 5 Southeast governors or Southeast states, when Obasanjo became the president of this country 2 times, the Southwest never won any state in the Southwest. The Southwest never voted for him. And let's assume that during that 2 terms, the Southeast and South West decided not to vote for Obasanjo, will he be president of Nigeria? The answer is capital no. So I think Obasanjo recognized this thing, that the Southeast had been cheated, and this is what is fueling agitation. How will you be robbing the Southeast in appointment to rob the South? I mean, Obasanjo should be celebrated. This is a man of God.
Nobody
means that he doesn't want the unity of this country. The truth be said. Thank you.
All right, thanks to call that we'll be taking this morning. I can try doing well. They all met at UK to decide our next president, whether we like it or not. Thank you for sharing your own contribution. I also have here, good morning, Mainland FM. I think our leaders are losing their it's okay. It's extremely despicable, appalling, disheartening, and very shameful that the matters of our dearest country are being decided in a foreign land. They should better stay there and never return. You don't need them, and that's just the reality. Allah make us see from Ilogbo Elegba.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I think it was Padagri, yeah.
All right. And finally, got good, enviable personalities. It's unbelievable what our leaders are doing on their perception about the electorate. It's very interesting and yeah, it's interesting to see how our politicians are still thinking they need to stay somewhere and blow a whistle that will make Nigerians vote for a candidate. Wike honestly is just enjoying the privileges of the office of the largest oil producing state. Do you know what it means for Obasanjo to have pulled Obi out by force to see Wike Ofegba by force? Baba Ofegba Feshu.
You're reading Yoruba?
Yes.
That's wonderful to know.
Thank you. I'm
Good
proud
one.
of myself. I am Oma Gbitse from Akoka. Very obedient. It's okay. Congratulations to you, Oma. We wish you all the best. And that's all for this morning on Mainland Focus. Thank you very much, Fuad Sahid, for joining
Thank you for having
this
me,
morning. At the end of the day, the meeting will bring out results, and we will all see the results.
Definitely.
But the issue is still that we need help. In this country, that's the most important thing.
I should keep our eyes on the ball.
Yes, let's stay focused. All right, Mainland 98.3 FM. In a few minutes, you'll be on to Arc View Half Hour, and then after that, Lillian will be on for Health Plus, and then still on the matter with Temi Thames and Alexander by 11 a.m. So stay with us and locked on the dial.
98.3 Mainland FM. The sound of Lagos.